Hey, first grade. So far, we've been learning about telling time by looking at the hour hands on our clocks. But most analog clocks have at least two hands, one for the hours and one for the minutes. How can we tell the difference? And what does the minute hand mean? Well, let's take a look and try to find out. This clock says it is 1 o'clock. But how do we know? Let's look at the hands. The hour hand is shorter than the minute hand. It only stretches to the small inner circle. What number is the hour hand pointing to? Let's see. The hour hand points to the 1. Good. The longer hand, which I've circled in blue, is the minute hand. The minute hand goes all the way to the numbers. What number is this minute hand pointing toward? It's pointing to the 12. This clock shows 1:30. Here is the hour hand. It's in between the 1 and the 2. The hour hand points between the 1 and the 2. Here is our minute hand. When it's 1:30, the minute hand points to the 6. You might wonder that since it's 1 o'clock, which is 1:00, why is the minute hand on the 12? There's no 12 in that. Why, when it's 1:30, is it on the 6? It's not 1:06, it's 1:30. Well, that's because the hour hand is meant to point to the numbers. The numbers don't have to do with the minutes. When we're counting the minutes on an analog clock, we count by 5s, not by 1s. Let's take a look and I'll explain it a little bit more. Here is a clock face. I've drawn the short hour hand in blue. It's pointing to the number 1. To make the clock read 1:30, I draw a longer minute hand in green, pointing to the 6. But why? To show what I mean, I took our clock face and drew red lines to split it up, kind of like a pizza. Now we'll start at the top, right at the 12, and count by 5s for each piece. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, or 1 hour. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now let's look at our minute hand on the 6. How many minutes is the 6? 30 minutes. That's why we write 1:30 for this time on this clock. But why do we call it 1/2? Well, let's color in all of the pieces all the way up to the 6 to see. When we start at the 12 and color to the 6, look, exactly half of the clock is colored in. That's why we call it 1/2. But what about 1 o'clock? Why is it 1:00 if the minute hand is on the 12? Remember, the numbers on our clock are for the hour hand. When we're looking at our minute hand, the 12 is at the top of the clock, and that's just our starting point. So, when the minute hand is in this position, no minutes have actually passed. Also, look at the pieces. When the minute hand is on the 12, can any of the pieces be colored in? No. That's because 0 minutes have passed. That's why when we write 1 o'clock, it is 1:00, even if the minute hand is on the 12. Now let's do some examples. What time does it say on this clock? Here is our hour hand, and here is our minute hand. Our hour hand is between the 11 and the 12. Remember, when the hour hand is between two numbers, we go to the smaller number, so we're going to write 11 for the hour. Then we put our 2 dots to separate the hours and the minutes. For the minute hand, it's on the 6, which, as we mentioned earlier, means that it's 30 minutes. So it is 11:30. What about this clock? Here's our hour hand. It's on the 4. Here's our minute hand. It's on the 12. So for our hours, we'll write 4 and then put our 2 dots to separate the hours and the minutes. Our minute hand is on the 12, which, as we learned earlier, means that 0 minutes have passed. So we write 00 for the minutes. It is 4 o'clock. All right, everybody, good job telling time. I love and miss every one of you. Today I used green for Michael and blue for Jaden. I miss you guys and I love you. Please stay healthy and please stay safe. Stay inside and only go out for emergencies. Things like groceries or if you need to go to the doctor. Otherwise, stay inside. I love you.